I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to throw this cat out before he like wrecks the camera setup. Say bye, Remus. Bye. Hello internet! I'm gonna do a review of Six of Crows, and since I finished it like a week ago, that's gonna be interesting, but I will try to remember everything that I liked and didn't like and so on. There will be no major spoilers, but if you don't want to know like anything, if you've already decided that you're gonna read this book, then maybe don't watch this video. Unless you like spoilers. There are people who do that. You are strange. Anyway, I'm not judging. I'm not a judgy person at all. Totally. Cat. Anyway, so on to the review. This cat is gonna be very distracting. Maybe if you just say hi. Say hi. Hi. You look terrified. Okay. He's like chewing on everything. Can you just sit here in my lap? So, Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This book is set in the same world as Leigh Bardugo's other series of novels simply called The Grisha. I'm not sure how to pronounce that because it's a word in a book and you never know how to pronounce those things. I mean, I could probably look it up, but we have established that I don't do that sort of thing. So, anyway, she's written a series of books called The Grisha, and this is set in the same world. I know nothing about those books, so I'm not sure why I bring them up. It's just, they exist, so I thought I should mention them. This is sort of a heist book. I was gonna say heist movie, but that's not true. It's a book. In that they plan a big heist and they execute that big heist and it's really exciting and, you know, a lot of like con artist things and they are pretending to be other people and they're being smart and I just love it. And of course there's a mastermind and stuff, so always good. It's a YA book and at first I was unsure as to why that was. I mean, the genre is sort of blurry anyway, but I was like, this is so intricate and also the themes are kind of disturbing. So what makes it a YA book? But I guess since they're all very young, all the characters, that might be why. Anyone who says that YA books aren't, you know, real books can come fight me. Okay, so there are 6 characters that are like the main characters. The book switches between all of their point of views. The main character, I would argue, is Cass, which he is the mastermind. Is he the main character? Sort of. They're all the main characters. So there's Cass, who is the mastermind, and then there's Ines, who is the wraith. She is like super sneaky and she can climb on anything and she's awesome. And then there is Jesper, who is a sharpshooter and who has a gambling addiction and who flirts with everything, and I love him so much. And then there's Wylan, who is... he's their demolition expert, but he's not there because he's like the best at that stuff, as is usually the case when you're reading or watching a heist thing. They're usually like the best. Every time they get like the best at everything. But Wylan isn't the best. He's there for other reasons that I'm not gonna mention because spoilers. But yes, he's also awesome. And then there's Nina, who is a Grisha, which is sort of a magic person. She can do magic. And she used to fight in an army and she has a really complex backstory and it's really interesting. And then there's Matthias, who is her sort of ex-boyfriend and enemy at the same time. It's very complicated. But their relationship is super interesting, so good stuff. And those are all the characters, and you see things from all of their point of views, not as much from every person, but you know, that might be impossible. So what do I like about this book? Well, first of all, the world building is amazing. Like, the book starts out in Ketterdam, which is sort of a fantasy version of Amsterdam, and you can tell that the author has done a lot of research because it's like the city is so real and the slums are so real. Or I say the slums, it's more sort of like the bad part of town with all the gambling dens and brothels and stuff, which is where all of our characters come from. So that is a part that I like. I love the writing in general. You sort of start out not really liking any of the characters, which I mentioned a few weeks ago, and then you get to know them and they are awesome, all of them, and now I just want to keep them and no one is allowed to hurt them. There are so many cliffhangers, like in the chapters end on sort of cliffhangers a lot, and you just want to keep reading, sort of like a heist movie. Have I mentioned that I love heist movies? I don't know. Maybe you got that impression. Leverage. So, a problem that I have with the world building, which might be just my thing, but one of the languages that they speak is based on some sort of, like the country is supposed to be some sort of Nordic country, I guess. All of the countries have obvious real world counterparts, like Russia and China and the Netherlands. And this is supposed to be Nordic, and they speak their own language, and as someone who speaks Swedish, I'm very confused about what they're doing with that language, because it's like they have a few words that are in Swedish, and then they have a few words that are like, I don't know, they have, for example, the German Y, you know, the U with 2 dots over it in the middle of a word, and I'm like, where did this come in? So I guess it's sort of a merger. It might not even be a mistake. It's just that I get sort of taken out of the story every time they use a word that I know, and then one that I look sort of familiar, but it doesn't mean anything. So yeah, that is a pet peeve. Another pet peeve is, or it's not a pet peeve, I just, in the beginning I had a bit of a problem with this, because I was like, these characters have been through hell. They have been through so much before the book even starts. They are damaged and sad and lonely, and none of them is older than 17. And I was like, okay, I can buy it from the street people. I can see that. I'm okay with that. Matthias is supposed to be like an experienced soldier, and he's 17 years old. And it sounds like he's been in the Nordic people army for, I don't know, a long time, because he's supposed to be like really cool and stuff. And I'm like, how young did he start? Did he start when he was like 12? I don't know. Maybe he did. They don't actually say. But I had a bit of a trouble with that in the beginning, like that they were so freaking young. But you know, you get used to it, and I'm fine with it now. So I just thought I'd mention it. Okay, and the last thing that I love is like the cover, and also they have these chapter headers that are super pretty. In the second one, which I'm reading right now, it's also very good. They have like this. They have sections in the book. They have that in the first one as well, but they're not this pretty. And I mean, you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, yada yada yada, but they are so pretty and it adds to the experience. So I just thought I'd mention it because they're pretty and I love them. So yeah, it's a really, really good book, and if you like groups of outcasts coming together and being friends, or heist movies / books, or if you like really great world building, then I so recommend Six of Crows. And it ends on a cliffhanger, I should add, and the sequel is right here, and it is also very, very good. I've not gotten very far into it yet, but so far it's very, very good. That was my review of Six of Crows. I think I gave it 5 out of 5 on Goodreads, so I'm gonna go with that rating, because I do ratings now apparently. That's new. Anyway, next week I will be back on Friday with something different. I do not know what, because I haven't decided yet. So I will see you then. Please like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you read this book, what you thought, and if you are planning on reading it, please tell me, because then I will be excited. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye!